Hey, good morning, Shelby. This is Steven from CMP GMC here in Calgary. And this right here is our 2022 Cadillac Escalade Sport Platinum ESV. First things first, welcome to this rainy and windy morning here in Calgary. Thank you for your patience as well, and thank you for your interest in this unit. This is a very nice example of an Escalade. One owner, clean Carfax, has around 37,000 kilometers on it. What I'll do in this video, I'll give you a brief walk around tour, go over some key features, and hopefully I'll be able to earn your business from British Columbia. So let's get started. Now, the ESV is the longer version of the Escalade. It literally stands for Escalade Stretch Vehicle, ESV. The wheelbase is stretched about 13 inches, and the overall length of the vehicle is about 15 inches longer than a short Escalade. Now, up front, under the hood, you have a 6.2 liter naturally aspirated V8. Puts out 420 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque. That's mounted to a 10-speed automatic, and of course, this is an all-wheel drive SUV. Now, up front, you have full LED lighting as you would expect. That includes headlamps, turn signals, daytime running lamps, fog lamps, everything. Okay? Now, in this blacked out grille, you're going to find a front camera. That camera works in conjunction with cameras on each side mirror, as well as a backup camera, creating a 360 camera. Also up front, integrated into the front bumper, you'll of course find parking sensors, okay? And this particular Escalade also has 3M up to here. And I really apologize for the water beads, but up to about here, there, and there. So partial front fender, front bumper, and now around the sides, you get these 22-inch alloy wheels wrapped in Bridgestone all-season rubber. Down below, you have power retractable side steps. Now the side mirrors have integrated LED turn signals. That's the camera I mentioned. These mirrors are power folding, power adjustable, of course. They're auto dimming, they're heated, and you have blind spot right there. All four doors also have keyless proximity entry. Or sorry, both front doors have keyless proximity entry. They also have ambient lighting, so welcome lighting, which looks really sharp at night. And I'll get into the interior in a moment. But moving out back, you have the very striking vertical tail lamps. We are located near the airport as well. Very sorry for the airplane noise. But yeah, very distinctive LED lighting out back. That's turn signals, brake lamps, and reverse lamps as well. Down below, integrated into the rear bumper, you have your dual exhaust tips. You have rear parking sensors. You have your backup camera located right there. Now, being an Escalade, a full-size GM SUV, you have the option to open up just the rear glass, just like this. Or if you push the Escalade logo, or sorry, Cadillac logo, you of course have a power lift gate that lifts up, and you're greeted with very ample rear cargo room behind the third row. Now back here, you have a little extra storage below the cargo floor. You'll find your subwoofer on the left. That's part of your AKG premium audio system. And on the right, you'll find a number of things. A 3-prong household plug, and then controls here. These controls are for the power third row. It's a 60-40 split, as you see. And they also rise back up. But let me fold it back down, back up a little bit. As you see, with the third row down, you get a ton of room. Third row rather, you have cup holders on each side, USB-Cs on each side as well. And up above your head, LED lighting, as well as a suede headliner. Now the second row is also power folding, okay? This is a 60-40 split bench. There's buttons right here. However, it's not quite as graceful to drop down, and it only drops down. It does not come back up like the third row. So I'll show you what that looks like. Folds down, that as well. We back up, and as you see, you can fit a mattress plus more back here. I'll put these back up for now. but I will have to physically go up to the second row to lift them up, and I'll do that now. I open up the door, power retractable steps come out. You'll find nice leather on the door cards as well as wood trim. Now this Escalade is equipped with the second row bench seat. Surprisingly, a bit of a rare option. Now these seats recline back. They also move fore and aft, just like this, okay? You have very nice perforated stitched leather with the rectangular stitching, or quilting, I should say. You have an armrest with cup holders there. You also have the rear Blu-ray entertainment system, okay? You have heated outboard seats for the second row, and you have your own HVAC. In here, you'll find some extra storage. And then down below, you have 2 USB-Cs, HDMI ports, as well as another 3-prong household plug. Those HDMI, of course, are meant for these screens. So when you combine that with the power port, hell, you can hook up a PlayStation if you wanted to. And above your head, you have more speakers, AC vents, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you, of course, have the very large panoramic sunroof. Getting back here, I'm about 6 foot or 6 feet even. I have lots of room also underneath the front seats. And these can move up quite a bit. Even moved up all the way, I'm still fine, right? A little snug, but still enough room. And if we take a look at the third row, when I do that, well, the third row is pretty spoiled. So I'll pull this. Let's get back there. So again, 6 feet tall, long legs, lots of room. These seats can go back up to about there, and I'll still have room. So, very comfortable. And as I mentioned, you have your cup holders, your USB, armrest. It's nice back here. You have a button right here, which folds that down. Then you lift this up, and I can easily get in and out of the vehicle. Now up front, you have heated seats, of course, ventilated seats as well, and massaging seats. You have memory seats, you have power folding mirrors, as I mentioned. And hopping behind the wheel, you're greeted with a heated leather wrapped steering wheel. Of course, you have a heads-up display above and a digital display that goes straight across. Now, this is pretty trick, this gauge cluster. It is all digital, of course, and you have various modes. You can look at your standard gauge cluster. You can put a full-size map there. And you also have the augmented reality camera system, which literally shows a live feed of what's going on up front, which is pretty cool. To the right of that, you have your infotainment screen. You have wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, Sirius XM radio, everything you would expect. You also have built-in navigation. Wi-Fi hotspot, rear climate, Alexa, self-parking, your ambient lighting. We'll take a look at your camera. So you have a 360 camera, puts an overhead there. That's going to be your front camera. You can do a normal angle, wide angle, an overhead, your side for parallel parking, and more. You can also do this, which gives you a virtual version of your Escalade, and you can kind of have a view around it. Pretty neat. Now, below all that, you have a set of buttons right here. This is going to be for your HVAC system. dual zone climate control up front. Of course, you have the rear zone as well. And then you have your shifter for your 10-speed automatic. Ahead of that, you have your auto stop and start function, your lane keep function, and your auto hold function. Push button start, of course. A set of USBs, storage here, cup holders here, and a wireless charger right here. This is going to be for your infotainment screen. A lot of people don't like to touch your screen and put fingerprints up there. So if you wish, you can also control it from here, and you have shortcuts for your navigation, your vehicle information, your back button, your home button, as well as your music and phone. Your volume knob is right here. And of course, you have one on the steering wheel. Getting back to the steering wheel, behind the buttons here, you have paddle shifters, upshift, downshift. You have your cruise control buttons, as well as your gap adjust for your adaptive cruise, as well as your forward collision warning and emergency braking. To the right of that, you have controls for your center display, as well as your radio. And to the left of all that, you have your 4x4 controls. So you have 2 high, which of course will be rear wheel drive. You have 4 high, which will lock in 4-wheel drive. And you have automatic mode, kind of a set it and forget it all-wheel drive system. You also have, I believe, terrain mode, which is kind of low speed cruise control. And then you have a mode button, which gives you a number of options. From my mode, you can customize your steering heft, your suspension stiffness, as well as your engine sound. Then you have touring, which is kind of standard, sport, off-road, tow and haul mode, and again, my mode. Something else that this vehicle has is air suspension. So I can lift the vehicle or lower the vehicle to increase ground clearance, to aid entry and exit, as well as put it into your normal mode, which will kind of be a happy medium. Below that, you have an integrated trailer brake controller, electronic parking brake, and of course your dimmer switch. In here, you're going to find more USBs, an SD card slot, and there is a power port, and that I believe is for the rear cargo area. But yeah, I'll give you one more walk around tour of the condition itself. But in here, the seats look great. No blemishes that I can see. No wrinkles, no tears. Of course, it's never going to be perfect, just to manage expectations. It is a pre-owned vehicle, but overall condition looks to be very good. Will need a clean, of course, which you will get prior to taking delivery. But maybe a little bit of scuff right there. I'm not sure if that's dirt or if I'm just seeing things. It is wet, so it's a bit hard to tell. But yeah, as I said, overall, I think it's in great shape. And yeah, let me know your feedback. Thanks for watching. Sorry this video ended up being longer than maybe you anticipated, but yeah, chat soon. Take care. Bye now.